our fair share of great matchups. Trophy games. Crosstown showdowns. And red-hot streaks. But week 8...
It's not about love. By any means, I'm really surprised Twitter's been as quiet as it has this week.
Might just take the cake.
For our kids, they want to make it 4 straight times they beat them, on the football field in high school.
As we now have one more regular season date, who's going to break free and be the team to beat?
We are Hawaii Student Section, and you're watching ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday.
ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday, sponsored by Harper, Evans, Hillbrenner, and Nettemeyer, starts now.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Week 8 of SportsZone Football Friday. I'm ABC 17 Sports Director Natalie Jones, alongside the great Kyle Helms. Kyle, it's time to renew Columbia's OG rivalry. Rockbridge and Hickman write the latest chapter of the Providence Bowl, and I promise I did not mean to wear green tonight. It was just a coincidence, guys.
These two schools are separated by less than 5 miles. We all know that, and just a few dozen stoplights. The Bruins and Cupies might be close to one another, but the Providence Bowl has been anything but close over the last decade. RB has won its last 12 meetings with Hickman on the gridiron and have shut out the Cupes in their last 3 outings against them. But the Bruins are hunting for more than just city bragging rights tonight. They are just 1 win away from a perfect CMAC season.
Let's get to it. Let's crown the Como's top high school football team. Both Rockbridge and Hickman beat Battle earlier this season, so the winner of this year's Providence Bowl wins the city in 2024. Out of the gates, it's 2-0 Rockbridge off a safety. Bruin offense turn with the ball now. First play from scrimmage. Look at this. Brady Davidson doing Brady Davidson things. A dime to Devin Holt for the touchdown. 9-0. Rockbridge on top early in the ball game. And these Bruins, they are far from done out there. After Derek Young sprung an 84-yard run on the first play of the drive, they let the man finish it off in the barn. Easy money. But the defense says, I want some tutties too. Braden Bursey drops back, searching for an open man. He targets Brock Camp, but Brooke Kritza comes up with an heck of an INT. Not just an INT, though, guys. A pick 6, 24-zip. Home team on top.
We love the turnover throw.
That's one of my favorites. Ensuing QP drive. Hickman's got some momentum here, though. Bursey had plenty of time to find Carter Holliday at the sideline. The man is off to the races. Would he go all the way? Not quite. He would get brought down, but big-time gain there for the Cube Dogs. And just a couple plays later, if the connection's working, keep it going. Bursey finds Holliday. Another big first down, but Hickman could not find end zone. Still 24-0 in favor of Rockbridge. Second quarter, Bruins back with the football now. Davidson hits, who else? Can you guess, Kyle?
Devin Holt.
Yeah. Congratulations, I have no prize for you. He does have a prize, though. He's going to go into the end zone for 6. They ain't catching him. 2 touchdowns so far for Mr. Holt. And also 2 defensive touchdowns on the night for the Bruins. Ben Bamer carries in another pick 6 for the Bruins.
No
Rockbridge.
chance.
No chance at all. Rockbridge dominates Providence Bowl 58-7 tonight.
Something's got to give, guys. A pair of struggling teams meeting out at Atkins Stadium tonight. Battle still searching for its first win of the season, while Jeff City is seeking to snap its 3-game losing skid. Let's get this thing going. Jays start strong on defense here. They force the fumble on the second Spartan play of the game. It's DeKedrick Butler coming out of the pile with the football. It's JC ball. That would lead to a field goal, so 3-0 home team. Skip to the second quarter. Jays are going to get into the crib. Handoff to Tavian Davis. He punches it in from 1 yard out. 10-0 Jefferson City. But here comes those Spartans wanting that first win. Blaine Jugman fires this one outside to Edgarin Gordon. Battle moving the chains. That's going to set up a tutty. Handoff to who else but Chris Brown. It's impossible to get down once he gets going. 23 yards all the way to the house. Battle wins its first game of the season, 33-13.
Congratulations to the Spartans. Smith Cotton's got a tough CMAC road trip on their hands tonight at Elias. Always a tough place to play. First play of the night for the Satyrs. Austin Weaver gets things going. Look at this bomb to Luke Swan.
Absolute dime.
That's a heck of a start from scrimmage, Kyle. 7-0 in favor of the home team. Later in the first, Weaver is far from done. This time, fires one to Alex Wood. sorry, you're not gonna get him down. He had his eyes on the zone. 14-0 home team on top in JC. Those are some happy guys on the sideline. Keeping the smiles going. Second quarter, let's get the run game going. Ben Lanigan takes the handoff to the crib for the touchdown. We love the celebration, my guys. Satyrs are up 34-0, while Coach Wyrick along with Coach Shimkus are recognized for their outstanding coaching careers tonight. And this team showed up for them. Weaver looking for an open man. Who else but Sam Lopez? Open touchdown in the end zone. Satyrs up 41-0. The boys are saying hello to the camera. We're saying hello to the scoreboard. The Crusaders defeat Smith Cotton with a 51-8 win.
To the scoreboard, Capital City caps off CMAC play with a 28-14 win over Camdenton. Hannibal routs Marshall 57-14. Fulton gets shut out by Kirksville 42-0. And Osage goes big over Southern Boone 45-7 tonight. Natalie, there's a certain Tri-County Conference powerhouse, I think you know who I'm talking about, that's been flat-out dominant since week 3.
More on Blair Oaks' 5-game winning streak and its showdown with Hallsville. That's next.
Make your tailgate tail great at Hy-Vee. Pork spare ribs, $1.49 a pound. Bone-in pork shoulder roast, $1.48 a pound. And select pork chops, 99 cents. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Something I love about Missouri is the people here help one another. Winter installations can cause minor inconveniences, but they're great for our installation crews because they get dependable work with no winter layoffs. So, if you book your siding or window project now and get it installed this winter, you'll be helping our hardworking crews. And we're going to help you with a huge discount. This is our Keep Our Crews Busy sale, and it's over as soon as our schedule fills up. So click.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I know I need a lawyer, but all these attorneys look the same. Which one should I choose? Choose Mike. Mike's team ended up getting me $100,000.
Mike's got this.
I'm confident my law firm is the right one for you. Call me. I've got this.
Raise a glass to the next chapter of your life at the Terrace Retirement Community, where every moment is a celebration. Experience the warmth of our vibrant community, where friendships blossom, laughter echoes, and every day brings new connections. Indulge in our fabulous food. Our chefs at the Terrace are dedicated to creating culinary experiences that rival the best. Feel the peace of mind in our safe and secure environment. Cheers to a life well lived at the Terrace Retirement Community. Embrace the next chapter with us, where exceptional living meets cherished moments.
Have the power to conquer more. Roam wide. Experience more together with a CF Moto from Precision Water and Power Sports. Stretch your suspension without stretching your budget on a new U-Force or Z-Force side-by-side. Or be prepared for any adventure with a C-Force ATV. Whether you're looking for the ultimate adrenaline rush or a heavy-duty utility machine, you can take on anything with a CF Moto. Visit online or stop by one of their locations in Jefferson City and Owensville.
By supporting United Way, we fight for creating bold, measurable change in our community. That's why at Rusty Touring Toyota, we will donate $100 to the United Way of Central Missouri for every new vehicle purchased or ordered in the month of October.
We fight for inclusion. We fight for our youth.
We fight for senior independence.
Join the fight and donate at UnitedWayCEMO.org.
United, we win.
Social Security, it's a promise from generations before us. You paid into it, you earned it. I'm Josh Hawley, and I'll always fight to protect it.
But Lucas Kuntz has a different plan. He'd give amnesty to millions of illegal immigrants, letting them draw down on Social Security without paying their fair share, even after all the benefits they're getting right now.
Lucas Kuntz and his crowd would ruin America. We have to fight to save it. Come join me. I'm Josh Hawley, and I approve this message.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously.
Get hype. It's McDonald's 2 for $5 deal. Mix and match your breakfast faves. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Make your tailgate tail great at Hy-Vee. Pork spare ribs, $1.49 a pound. Bone-in pork shoulder roast, $1.48 a pound. And select pork chops, 99 cents. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
This is the Falcon Nest, and you're watching
ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday.
Those guys dressed to impress out there. Kyle, the Blair Oaks Falcons have been soaring past the competition over the last 5 weeks, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. Get this. Not only are head coach Ted LePage and company averaging nearly 58 points per game since week 3, they're also holding their opponents to just 7 points a game, including a trio of shutout performances during that time. Blair Oaks controls its own destiny for a third straight Tri-County Conference crown. Southern Boone lost earlier tonight, so a Falcons victory, that will seal the deal. But Hallsville is hoping to spoil the party. H-Town has a high-flying offense, too, posting 31 points per game this year. That is until Blair Oaks welcomed them to Wardsville. First Falcons drive of the game, Tyler Bax pitches it to Brady Dapkus. He flat-out outraces everyone up the sideline and into the end zone for a 53-yard touchdown. It's 7-0, Blair Oaks on top. Dapkus is a threat to score every time he touches the ball, guys. Dapkus back for a punt return. Goes one way, decides to reverse field.
No way.
And he's off to the races again. Dapkus does not quite make it into the crib, but that's a 45-yard return. Blair Oaks cooking once again. And the Falcons are going to punch it in, give it to Hayden Lackman. Check out this run, fighting and carrying defenders with them all the way into the land of 6. Just like that, it's 14-0 Blair Oaks late in the opening quarter, but Braden Matheny is going to deliver a response for H-Town, dropping a dime 30 yards down the field to his top target, Isaac Stinson.
Nice catch back there.
Nice throw, nice catch. It's a 14-6 game, but right when Hallsville ignited some life into their sideline, Blair Oaks took it away. H-Town attempting an onside kick, but the Falcons make them pay. Jackson Engelbrecht beats the team to the sideline, and no one's catching him. That's a 55-yard score. Falcons back up by 15 points. And Blair Oaks just ran away with the lead from there. Another beautiful piece of running, this time by Tyler Bax, refusing to go down until he reaches the 1-yard line. Hayden Lackman finished off the drive with a touchdown to make a 28-6 lead at the break as Blair Oaks soars past Hallsville 56-12 to clinch a third straight conference title.
The Booneville Pirates have a nice 2-game homestand to end the regular season this year, hosting Versailles tonight on a beautiful night in mid-Missouri. Second quarter, let's get to it. Pirates are already running up the scoreboard. How about a little bit more? Evan Bishop gonna pour on some. He hits Rad Leathers with a 47-yard dot, and he's got green grass ahead of him. 21-0. Booneville off to the races to start. Tough for Versailles to really get anything going offensively tonight, but the Pirates on the flip side had absolutely no problem. Give it to Brad Norberry on the sweep, and the man is going to take off. You think he's going all the way? I think so. 87-yard house call. Booneville shuts out Versailles tonight, 61-0.
Centralia has won 3 games in a row. Panthers hunting to extend that winning streak to 4 with Palmyra in town. Who's going to be the top Panther at Miller Field tonight? Palmyra back to pass. Ryland Compton unloads one, but it was just to the wrong guy. Luke Winterbauer comes up with the interception for Centralia and gets a few more yards on top of that. And guys, that was the juice that Centralia needed. Ethan Ross bombs one to Anthony Ford. Hits him right in the breadbasket. He comes down just short of the end zone, but you got to let him finish what he started. Ross caps off the drive with a 2-yard run into the end zone. Centralia wins big over Palmyra, 44-12.
Scoreboard now, North Callaway routs Van Far 42-22. South Callaway hits the Dub Club against Lynn. Big win there, 49-8. Tipton dominates Russellville in shutout fashion tonight, 60-0. Montgomery County wins a thriller over Wright City, 33-28. Herman edges out Pacific, 14-7. And Salisbury takes down Crest Ridge, 36-26. Well, Kyle, it's been a pretty up and down season for these next 2 teams, but a win in this game could supply a spark right before the postseason arrives. That's when you really want it. You want to be peaking right now.
That's when it all matters. And after starting the year 0-4, Moberly has won 2 of its last 3 games. Mexico has recorded wins in 2 of its last 4. Both teams might have been sitting below 500 entering the night, but the team who claims this W in this contest is going to be feeling a lot more confident after that recent momentum.
Well, let's get to it. Moberly has held the edge in this contest as of late. The Spartans have won 7 of their last 8 meetings with the Bulldogs. Both teams off to a slow start tonight, though. First quarter, no score. But check out Peyton Hoover. He's given the Bulldogs some juice with a gritty run here. But just a few plays later, look at this. The ball's going to come out. Momentum shift. Moberly looking to build on that spark now. Jackson Engel rolls out, but the ball comes loose, and Corbin Dorsey scoops it up, nearly brings it home. But just short of end zone, Bulldogs score on the next play, make it 7-0. Look at this. Mexico has the momentum in the second quarter. Drew Dement weaved in and out of the Moberly defense there. 70-yard house call. And the Spartans, they didn't have a response out there, though. Engel floats one down for a big touchdown. But I'm telling you, Kyle, way too much Bulldogs tonight. 39-20 win over Moberly.
Eldon is in enemy territory tonight, facing California as both squads aim to snap some lengthy losing skids. First quarter, Evan Beanland is having himself a season, folks. He hits a wide open Cody Brown for a first down and more. The chains are moving for the Mustangs. Same drive here. Beanland is going to finish this drive off in the barn as he sneaks outside for the touchdown. 6-0 Eldon leads here in the first quarter. Just before half, though, California had a response for the home fans. Brooks Volkart punches it in at the goal line to make it a one-score game at the break, and the Pintos go on to win 33-26.
Harrisburg making the short trip on over to Fayette, and it's senior night for the Falcons out there, but the Bulldogs looking to spoil things. Fayette looking for end zone early, but my goodness, look at the coverage from Trace Combs. He bats that one away. Not today.
No fly zone out there.
Harrisburg backed up in their own end zone, but they hit Bryce Ott right in the breadbasket for the touchdown. Second quarter now, Falcons respond. Carter Vroman is Vroman. Look at him go, making players miss. He's going to go all the way in for 6.
It's hard to get him down once he gets going.
It is, and we've got ourselves a ball game out here, folks, and we've apparently got a battle of the twos as well. This time, Trace Combs making things happen on offense. He slices through the Fayette defense, and yeah, you ain't catching that man, guys. Harrisburg wins 41-14 to spoil senior night.
Final check on the scoreboard here. Marceline just edges past Trenton 29-27. Paris falls short against Slater 68-48. Brookfield shuts out Milan 18-0. Mark Twain defeats Louisiana 24-6. And St. James falls to Union 28-12 tonight.